This is part one of the Russia-Ukraine war. We begin in 2022, in the first hours of the invasion, when war stops being a headline and becomes something ordinary people are forced to live inside. It's the kind of quiet hour where the day hasn't quite begun, and people are still moving slowly, reaching for their phones, thinking about ordinary things, when the first explosion breaks through in a way that doesn't immediately make sense, as if the sound itself is out of place. Until it happens again and the air shifts just enough that your body understands before your mind does. And in that moment, before any official confirmation, before the headlines catch up, there is already a recognition settling in. Something has started and it isn't going to stop. By the time the sun comes up, the rhythm of the country has changed. Roads that should be moving normally are suddenly packed in every direction at once. Cars filled with whatever people could gather in minutes, while train stations begin to swell with crowds that are not traveling so much as leaving, carrying bags that feel too small for the decisions behind them. There is a kind of urgency that doesn't allow for clarity, only movement. And as people begin to understand what is unfolding, it becomes impossible to separate the personal from the political. Because this war is no longer something happening somewhere else, it's happening to them. Ukraine is, once again, at war with Russia, and war has a way of closing in quickly on the people who had no role in starting it. Across cities and towns, men of fighting age find themselves drawn into it in ways that blur the line between choice and obligation. Some stepping forward with a sense of purpose, others hesitating, still others trying to leave and discovering that leaving is no longer an option. While on the other side of the border, a different system produces a similar outcome, pulling people toward the same front lines under different pressures, different narratives, but with the same finality. It is one thing to talk about strategy from a distance, to reduce conflict to maps and movement, and something entirely different to realize that you have been placed inside it. Follow along, because in part two, we go over the leaders, the cost of this war, and why this is about more than land.